What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Funds Daily. I am very excited for this video. It's going to be very important because, again, we are around where USDT needs to see if it's going to break out above or below this line. Okay, and BTC, I have been showing you guys in Telegram group, and I have already shorted Bitcoin around $67,000, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Last time when I was shorting around $66,000, a lot of people were thinking that I am being crazy, but I said that it's not gonna break out this time, and we're gonna see some pullback again. I think that we're gonna still have another one. We're not 100% sure because USDT is touching this line where we have always been hitting this line, and again going back off for USDT. And I put this red color and green color. That means if we go up, it's gonna be red for crypto, for Bitcoin, and if we go down for USDT, it's going to be bullish for Bitcoin. That's why I want you guys to not be confused. This is the opposite correlation between USDT and crypto, okay? Bitcoin and altcoins as well, okay? So right now we're going to zoom in a little bit more. The reason I was not sure exactly if I should short it or long was because of this. When you go here to the setting, you want to go to logarithmic. You guys see there's a little bit of difference, so the line has to be adjusted. So when I adjust this line from this point to this point and just go all the way up, you guys can see that this line, I'm going to put this aside, you guys can see that breaking below this line, but we still close the daily candle above this yellow line. That's why I'm not still sure if we're gonna break below this time. That's gonna be a huge pump, and we're gonna most likely go towards this red line that I was showing you guys, that there's a huge possibility that we're gonna see a huge pullback from around 5% USDT. And where that's going to take Bitcoin, that's going to probably take Bitcoin up to almost $69,000-$70,000 if we go back down to almost this area, right? So that's why I'm not really sure that this is a breakout. Should we follow this or the other one? But I have been following the one without being on algorithmic, and if I just fix this line, you guys see that perfectly we are still above this yellow line. Okay, so you guys can pretty clearly see that this green candle can still hold us above this level, and I had this line of support for USDT up here. You see every time around this area we have support, because continuation of it would be top of these waves and this base drop. So that is the possibility that we're gonna still go back up. Okay, it is kind of a risky situation for someone who is gonna short or long in here. It's just gonna be a 50-50 chance if we're gonna go back up or down. But so far I am giving it more bearish for Bitcoin for now, because even if we go back to logarithmic, we are still above that level. So if we just fix this line, we are still above this level, right? So you can see that we are our daily candle, but today is going to be the one that is going to decide, are we going to go back down a little bit and start going higher, and that's going to have Bitcoin start pulling back lower, right? So that's going to give us a better hint that if we're going to see that USDT going back up, or we're going to break below and break this trend that we have been just going to this rising wedge. For USDT is going to be very bearish. Obviously we're going to eventually break below, most likely, but when? That's the question. So that's why, as long as we're not breaking below, we need to break this level of support. We got two supports before and we are back on it, and we need to break this support as well. So once we break that, the next level of support I'm seeing is around 5.02%, and that's going to pump Bitcoin, and probably is going to, most likely is going to break this line, and we're going to go toward all-time high, but it's not going to be that much higher. It's going to be probably 70%, where we have this liquidation around more than almost $5-6 billion waiting to be liquidated around $70,000, right? And if we go higher, that's going to be more money waiting to be liquidated. But is that a guarantee? That's why I'm still giving it a chance that we can have another shakeout before going higher. So that's why it is not 100% that we're going to break out this time. We can still go back down to these levels and even close a weekly candle around $51,000, where this support has been holding Bitcoin very strongly, right? Every time we go back down here, where I had talked about this rally-based rally, this red candle is showing us that every time, although we went a little bit sharp down, lower, almost down to 49,900-ish, but we still see that Bitcoin got bought up, and these two support shows us that this is a really good level of support, okay? And you guys can clearly see BTC dominance is still rising exactly as planned, as I have been explaining since we were down here. Every time I was showing you guys that is still, I'm waiting to go toward 60 to 61, 62%, where we're gonna see this order block. It's not order block for dominance, but I'm just treating it as like trading strategy, where we had the zigzag, and in the last bull market we started dropping for altcoins, and altcoins started rallying, right? So it's still, Bitcoin is the leader. Even if we drop lower, we can see BTC going higher, because altcoins are going to most likely bleed more than Bitcoin if we drop back down to $51,000. It is very hard to believe for a lot of people that they're going to be like, oh no, this time we're going to break out. But just remember what you were thinking around all these waves, that every time you were just bullish, we were gonna break up this time, and then boom, you went down another $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. Okay, so keep that in mind. Nothing is impossible in crypto. That's why I got actually a comment from one of you guys, and thank you so much for giving me your feedbacks. And he was suggesting me that just pick one direction more than the other, not just be like 50-50. You have to be sometimes 50-50, because in some situations you cannot just be biased around to one direction. Just imagine all the YouTubers that you guys have been following, and every time they are always bullish, and you guys see every time we are around here on top, they start talking about how bullish Bitcoin looks, and then boom, you get screwed because you listen to them, okay? None of these are financial advice. I do not want you guys to trade based on what I'm saying, but this is the reality of the market, okay? If it was that obvious for everyone, everybody would have been rich. But you guys know that crypto doesn't work that way. Well, it's still nice to see that for the last week, we have been seeing a lot of positive percentages for altcoins, and a lot of meme coins have been going MEW, MOG, Brett, they are still positive. But the last day, if you guys look how they are negative, and you guys can't completely see why, because Bitcoin dominance is going higher. Although we are close and we have gone above $67,000, we are still seeing a lot of altcoins are still frozen, still not going higher. That's why I am saying that we need to see 60 to 61, 62%, where Bitcoin is not gonna go any higher in percentage of the total market, and then you're gonna see that altcoins are gonna outperform Bitcoin, and that's how you're gonna see that you will see most likely this type of pattern, right? So we need to wait until we see rejection around this area. You are obviously seeing some altcoins giving 70%, 50%, 20%, but the next day when Bitcoin pulls back a little bit, they just lose them all the gains that it had given you guys. So that is totally normal. I have been in this market for 8 years, 7-8 years, so I am giving you a lot of experience where if you are new to this market, you're gonna most likely not believe until you experience it yourself. So that's why I want you guys to subscribe to this channel, join the channel, and make sure that you are updated and you guys watch my videos. These are valuable videos for you guys. I am giving you direction of the market, okay? So as I said, we're not 100% right all the time, but I am still seeing this. It's called descending broadening wedge. which this is very similar to what Bitcoin's chart looks like, right? So if we zoom out, you guys can see how similar it is looking. So if we exactly touch the top and bottom, the most of the candles where we had the support and where we had the resistance lines levels, you guys can see that this is still looking bullish for Bitcoin. But as I said, we can still have another down and then start going higher. Okay, right now it looks bullish, guys, but as I said, as long as for USDT we're not breaking below, we're not going above this line, these are the indicators I'm looking at, and I cannot be 100% bullish. I'm bullish in general, but we can have another pullback before going back up. Okay, so you guys see that it's still greed and fear, and greed is on 58, kind of neutral. You know, although we are close to the previous all-time high, we can still see that 58% is showing that a lot of people are not sure where the direction of the market is. Okay, so you guys see every time we get to these red-ish color, that shows the huge fear, the numbers drops to 30s, even 30, 34, 35. So at every time we go back up, and then you see that price starts rising with it. So even if we go back down to around 30s again, we can expect that we're gonna go back higher. Same as in here where I had talked about it before, we were around 30s, 35, 38, and it started going higher. This is where we had the breakout, I think about $30,000, right? It shows on the price, if you guys follow, it shows $27,000, and we started going higher. We broke above $30,000 and it started going towards all-time high. So we are back around this level, which shows that it's still, we can be bullish, but we can have our last shake up before going higher. So I'm still keeping my short position until I will update you guys in Telegram group. I do not want you guys to do the same thing. You can just do whatever you want. This is just what I'm doing. It's still, I'm giving it a chance that USDT is going to get more support and start going higher to correct Bitcoin a little bit more before breaking below this line again, right? That's why by just looking at it with the logarithmic, and if we update this line, we can see that sometimes when we have this kind of movement, I'm gonna get rid of this. This is important, guys. Sometimes you guys see that we have never broken below certain level, and we just break it this time, but we stay above and still go higher. There's a good chance that this is gonna be the last time that we are having another pullback. Then this is the pullback for USDT. That's going to be a pullback for Bitcoin going back down if USDT is going to go higher. So we can go up to any level. We can go back to 7% and have a huge pullback for Bitcoin, or go a little bit higher and break it this time. So this is a good sign for us to see that we had never broken this line from almost 7 from March, and this time we have broken it with the logarithmic chart, and we can still have another pullback but break it this time. So in overall, I am bullish, but it's not gonna just be strong, because we're gonna most likely have the last shakeout if we do. I'm going to update you guys with more technical analysis, whatever changes I see. So make sure that you are joined in the Telegram group. Comment down below. Like the video right now, please. Like this video. Does not cost you anything. Just support the channel anyhow you can. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next time. Peace.